Hello, beautiful people and viewers at home. We are here once again in your screen. But there's something very special about today because we're having a super special edition on Ladies Lounge. I have two amazing guests with us. First, to my left, I have Chemot Abebe, very lovely lady, and she's with the Terrence Higgins Trust.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you know what? She's going to be telling us a lot more about herself. I have to my right here, it's Yvette. I'm sure a lot of people must have seen Yvette. Yvette was very popular last year. Extremely popular. She was the face. And still is. She's the face of the HIV campaign, which had her interviewing Prince Harry. Woo.
Yeah, very good job.
Oh, yeah. Exactly, yes. You know, so that's Yvette. So we have this two special, gorgeous ladies who are going to be telling us so much about HIV. I will start with you. By the way, her name is Chamo, but we call her Cham. I love that because you're so charming. She's so pretty.
Aww,
we have beautiful people
you.
here. She's so pretty. So Cham,
Very
please tell us. But it's the truth. Please tell us a little bit more about yourself and why you are doing this.
Yeah. So as EJ or EJ.
Yes, please. Absolutely.
She said I work for the Terrence Higgins Trust. And I project manage the National HIV Prevention Program, which it starts with me in National HIV Testing Week, which Yvette was the wonderful campaign model who had the chance to get close to Prince Harry and show him how testing was done.
For a day.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
She was a princess for a day.
Yeah.
No, I think there's something we need to understand here because we know that this is a big deal, HIV awareness and campaign. But we just want to know first, what is HIV? A lot of people know, but it's nice to refresh our viewers' memory. So what is HIV?
Yeah, I think you're
just
right,
a definition.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that, people may hear commonly talked about, but really, I think it's always good to go to basics and just remind ourselves,
absolutely,
what does it mean nowadays? What does it mean to us? And HIV is a virus which is mainly passed on through sexual activity, but it can also be passed on through blood transfusions, organ donations, and other ways, but mainly through sexual activity. And it is different from AIDS, which people sometimes mix up the two, but they're very different.
Yes,
they're related, but AIDS is something when HIV was first discovered, it was considered late stage HIV, but it is now. We made so many medical advancements that in the UK, people actually don't get AIDS anymore.
So what is AIDS?
AIDS, it stands for Acquired Immunodeficiency Syndrome. And it's when a person's immune system has been so affected by the virus that their immune system doesn't work anymore. And so it makes them able to get other serious illnesses very easily. So AIDS was when they have 3 or more other conditions like tuberculosis or pneumonia, but it's not actually a disease on its own. It just means their immune system is completely shut down. So HIV is the virus, and that AIDS is the syndrome which people don't experience in the UK.
So what is the myth surrounding HIV? There is a myth surrounding HIV. What is that?
I think the biggest myth around that is that HIV will lead to AIDS, or if someone is worried, if I get an HIV diagnosis, that means that I am going to get AIDS. People still have a lot of myths around the 80s and the 90s when HIV was first discovered, and they think that it's still the same today, but it's wrong. I was saying the medical advances have come so far, and it's incredible. Thanks to ART, which is the medication people take, it brings the virus, the HIV virus, so down in their blood and in all their cells that they're healthy, they live long and healthy lives, they're well, they can do anything, have relationships, go skydiving. If they want. I mean, that's not personally my thing. but it also means they won't pass it on to other people.
Right.
So
And there is a myth as well, we say in general, that people think if you come, if you come in contact with somebody with HIV, you catch HIV. It doesn't happen like that. That's the myth. Or you have HIV, you're going to die, and that's not true.
That's not what it is. But is that because the people are not as aware as
Yes, exactly.
you would want them
Absolutely.
to be?
Yes, and that's what stigma does. It stops people from going out and trying to find out that information.
Yeah.
And it stops them from testing. Some are like, oh, it's better if I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, and others,
no.
you know, they just, all they've seen is old campaigns from the 1980s. They aren't exposed to the current information. They don't know about treatment or how quick and easy testing is. Yeah.
So it is quick and easy.
Quick and easy.
How quick and how easy?
Yeah, so there's different ways people can test depending on what's right for them.
Okay.
They can always go down to a sexual health clinic or to their GP and ask for tests. But we come to a time now where it's as easy as a pregnancy test.
Okay.
You can order a kit online, do it yourself in the privacy of your home, and you can, if you wanted to be your results given by a professional, you can post it to a lab, and after a week they'll give you your results.
They'll have it posted to you, or you
Yes, they post you the test, and then you do it and you send it back, and a health professional gives you the results. Because some
via
people,
a phone call or call you?
via
in?
a phone call.
Okay.
Because some people want that assurance of having somebody else. But the most recent advancement is actually being able to read the results yourself.
Okay.
So everything's
That's
over and
interesting.
done within 15 minutes.
So I'm gonna ask you: are these treatments free? Are they free treatments?
Yes, 100% free in the UK. HIV can affect anyone, anytime, you know. And a lot of people let that fear or the idea of identifying with that, with our campaign or something like, oh, it means it's only Black people. The facts are that it's true that especially Black African communities are the most affected in the UK by HIV.
Why is that? Sorry. Just before you move on,
just out of
why?
curiosity, you're
Yeah,
thinking?
why is it that it's mostly the Black people that are affected?
It's hard to pinpoint reasons when you're looking at like entire
Is
communities.
it cultural? Like,
I think there are definitely cultural factors which may have contributed to that. So, in general, a lot of African communities, and they're different, but they are reluctant to talk openly about sexual health. There's a reluctance, there's around supporting really complete sex and health education in schools. People aren't that open, and the biggest and most common way people get HIV is through ignorance.
yeah.
And through not having the tools or knowing about the tools and confidence to use things like condoms, to go and buy a condom confidently from the supermarket.
Most African people in the UK or in Europe, they think once they have left Africa, they are, there's no, you cannot catch it. It's like, oh, you are safe, but we're actually not safe. He said to me, you will find more girls who will tell you, I don't need that because I won't catch that, and they will not use it.
Yeah,
they don't use condoms. When in Africa, actually, apparently, girls will be like, no, I'm not having it without condoms. So we're actually thinking that we are in Western countries and we think we are safe, but we are not.
That's
actually
not what it
not
is.
safe at all.
Yeah,
So-
and that's one of the common things, I think, especially when you're talking about like Black African communities. There's that idea that we left it back in Africa. It's not something we need to think about, and that's why they have outdated ideas. And it's important to remind everyone,
I was just gonna say that.
test, treat, protect, and know that there's a lot of ways you can take care of yourself. It's still a priority.
So, what are the ways to prevent HIV? Like, tell the simple ways to do that apart from using condoms and other.
Testing.
Yeah.
And hopefully having the chance to meet Prince Harry. I don't know.
That's another way.
Okay.
Prince Harry optional, I suppose.
Yeah.
So testing, condoms, and there is a new accepted way which is called PrEP.
I was just going to come.
Yeah, and it's a pill that can prevent HIV being passed on. And another thing is treatment. So I think I mean, you may wonder, well, how does treatment really stop someone from getting it, or stop someone from giving it to somebody else, or you know, or how does getting tested actually
Stop it.
right? Oh, I thought it's only condoms, that stops it physically, but so I mentioned a little bit earlier that the treatment, the drug, it brings down the virus in the blood to such a low level, it's called undetectable. And what it means is that lab tests, most lab tests, they can't even detect that there's any virus. That's how low it is.
Wow.
So that's why they can't pass it on to somebody else. And they did a lot of research where these couples, one person had HIV, one person didn't, more than 1,000 couples, they had sex and there was not a single case passed on, and they had sex without a condom. 0 transmission.
So what you're saying is when the virus is reduced to that level,
Yes.
do they stop taking the medication?
No.
Okay, so it's like a lifelong treatment.
It is a lifelong treatment. I am saying, in a sense, we live in an exciting time. We've seen a lot of progress, a lot of change, thanks to modern medicine. But it is still a serious condition, and that's just... it does affect the lives of people living with HIV, especially the stigma. But thankfully, with the medication, a lot of the times it's as simple as one drug a day, one pill a day. It's really improved a lot, and there's a lot of hope. People live normal lives, but they do still have to take the medication. Adherence is really important because that's what keeps people undetectable. That's when they can't pass it on.
There's so much to talk about. We'll be right back. We're going to be finding out, how often testing should be done, and then we're just going to go back to there's a question that she asked about, the drugs, because we want to know. We'd love the audience to know. Can people get exhausted from taking these drugs? We'll be right back.